All right, so we're closing in on the end of the school year, and one of the things that I love about the end of the school year is that I can use this time in the last couple of weeks to do some tests, some pilots, try out some new things in preparation for possibly next school year. In this episode of ResetEDU, we are teaming up with Carrie Baughcum, aka Heck Awesome on Twitter. She is one of the goddesses of sketchnoting. I'm going to send you over to Carrie so she can introduce herself.
Hi everybody, Carrie Baughcum here. So super excited to be joining Jen on this YouTube collab. We are both sharing about sketchnoting and ideas for how to start drawing with your students. I hope that once you are done listening to Jen's ideas for starting to draw with your students here on her channel, that you will hop on over to my YouTube channel and join me on mine as I share my own ideas for how to get started drawing with your students in your classroom. And I hope you'll stay a little bit longer and see what my channel is all about, where whether it's bringing out the best in your students, learning, creating, or just being you, there are no rules. I'll see you over there, guys. Later.
At the end of this episode, I hope you'll head on over and check out Carrie's channel as well, and maybe give us both a subscribe. I want to talk about a couple of ways to get started with sketchnoting in your classroom, especially if you've never done it before, you're kind of hesitant, you don't even really know where to begin. I'm going to talk about digital and analog options, so this will work for whatever your classroom situation is. And I'm also going to talk about some ways to practice your sketchnoting skills. It's almost a good way to get started if you haven't done anything at all. You can kind of use these games as little practice things just to get students to relax and get more comfortable with just drawing in general. Sketchnoting has grown in popularity as of late, and it's a great way for students to show their learning and their understanding. Research has shown that students will retain information better if they also see the information visually. That's part of what makes sketchnotes so popular right now. If your school is a one-to-one school, you might want to get started with sketchnoting from a digital standpoint. Maybe you don't have one-to-one Chromebooks or one-to-one iPads or even that much technology at all. You can get started just using regular paper and pens. I'm going to show you a few other examples in just a moment. I gotta tell you, my iPad and my Apple Pencil is hands down my favorite way to do digital drawings. Now, not everybody is lucky enough to have this type of setup for all their students. I don't, but it's definitely the most responsive and the most like drawing on paper. My favorite app to use on the iPad for drawing would be the Procreate app. It's a little expensive at first, but well worth it, and you have a lifetime of updates that are all included. Maybe you're fortunate enough to have touchscreen Chromebooks. Maybe you're super fancy and you have Pixelbooks and a Pixelbook pen. This is probably the best solution I've found for sketchnoting without an iPad and an Apple Pencil. It's probably my second choice. Now, depending on your Chromebook model, you will be able to use different types of styluses. Styluses? I don't know. There is a new type of stylus coming out though, the Statler Norris Digital for Chromebook, and this works for any touchscreen Chromebook that has EMR. I've tried this out. I really like how it looks and feels just like an actual pencil, and the response is pretty darn good. I'm excited to try these out next year with our new touchscreen Chromebooks. My favorite app for drawing on a Chromebook is probably Autodesk Sketchbook, but there are a lot of other apps you can use as well. Even more simple drawing apps like Google Draw or Jamboard would be great for drawing on a Chromebook. So you have your digital device ready, but you're not sure what to do, and your kids are afraid to start drawing. And there's a great website called Quick Draw. I highly recommend it to kind of get students warmed up and used to drawing quickly, but in a recognizable fashion so that it's easy to identify what it is that you're drawing. But Jen, you might be saying, I don't have any fancy digital devices, or we got Chromebooks, but they sure aren't the touchscreen kind. Well, there's options for you too. The most obvious analog version of sketchnoting would be just some pencil and paper. Nothing wrong with that. No judgment, no shame. Another way to up your game just a little bit would be to have students draw on whiteboards, either individual handheld ones or a wall or a tabletop. Now you can make these digital just by taking a picture with the device and saving them as a JPEG. Another way to really step up your analog game would be to use something like a Rocketbook. A Rocketbook is a notebook that comes in a variety of different styles, and you write on them just like you would a regular notebook. After you're done taking your notes, you use the Rocketbook app to scan the QR code and you check where you want to send your notes to. This could be an email. You could even set up a folder just for your class. But Jen, I'd have to buy Rocketbooks for everyone in my entire classroom, or I'd have to buy one and cannibalize it by ripping the pages out. Oh no, you don't. Because Rocketbook has made their pages available for free. All you gotta do is go to their website, download them, print them out, photocopy them. It's a beautiful thing. So Jen, I don't have any of those fancy devices. I can't play those games like Google Quick Draw. Well, you can play good old Pictionary. What's good about this is that you can tailor the prompts to very specific symbols and words and vocabulary for your own class and curriculum. This way, when students in your class have to do some sketch notes, they will already know what kind of symbols they'd like to draw to represent important things in your class. I hope you got some good ideas for getting started either digitally or analog style with sketchnoting in your class. Do you have a favorite tip or trick for getting started with sketchnoting? Let us know. Be sure to subscribe to the ResetEDU channel for the latest project updates and episodes. If you're interested in a reset for your own classroom, be sure to fill out the form at bit.ly/ResetEDU. Thank you for watching.